Go.
Oh,
Yes, sir. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the No Quit Podcast. Today I have the GOAT himself, Derek Noble, owner of Noble Bodybuilding.
noble bodybuilding, noble nutrition, anything with the word noble attached to it.
Sweet. Okay. No, well, I just want to say thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Again, Coach Noble here. He's a bodybuilding trainer and competitor himself, and very humble, man. I appreciate you, like I said, for showing up here today, man. But yeah, do you want to say what's up, man? Just kind of introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody. I'm here with the best podcaster in the world. We've got Adrian Coral, and we're on the No Quit Podcast.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
hyped
man.
for this today. This thing's going to blow up, so you're getting in on the ground floor before this thing explodes. So I wanted to make sure I was on here before he starts charging 10 grand for me to show up on these things. So, very excited to be here, and we'll be doing a no holds barred tell all podcast today. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
There's
sir.
nothing too crazy in bodybuilding that's not already on TikTok, but we're going to see.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go through some questions here with Coach Noble today, and he's gonna let us know a lot of value that he has in his mind. So I'll jump into it, man. So the first question I have here for you, before the titles and coaching pros, who was Derek Noble before bodybuilding became your life, man?
So I was a big fat kid in high school, right? And I kind of like had this crush on this girl, and I was like, man, I wish this girl liked me, right? So when I talked to her, I kind of realized, like, wow, girls don't like fat guys. They like skinny guys, right? Okay. So I went and I lost weight, and then I was like, oh, now that I'm a skinny guy, I'm gonna be able to win the girl, right? Well, turns out girls don't like skinny guys.
Yeah.
I thought they like guys with muscle. So then I went and I dedicated my life to putting on a ton of muscle. I added on all the muscle, and then I realized that girls don't like guys with muscle. Girls like guys with money.
That's why. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so basically I was a big fat kid in high school. I lost a bunch of weight. I got really into the science of nutrition and training and supplementation, and I learned all this different stuff about it. And before bodybuilding, I was this really nerdy kid. I got, 4.0 in high school, basically a 4.0 in college. I was all honors in AP classes. I was the president of the academic decathlon for a year. I was in the research club. I was in the National Honor Society. I got a scholarship to Arizona State University, a couple other schools. And then I graduated Arizona State University with a bachelor's in finance, a minor in political science. And then I went on to get my finance license. So my 63, my 65, my Series 7, Series 6 and 7. And then as a financial advisor. And then I was like, this kind of sucks. And then I opened up a smoothie bar. And then the smoothie bar stuff, I started helping people with their diet plans. And that's kind of where this,
Wow.
yeah.
Something I didn't know about you, man. That's cool. Okay, so the smoothie bar, and that's kind of where everything's launched, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was working in a smoothie bar, and this guy named Joey Fazio, the owner of Fit Strong Supplements at the time, he walked into my nutrition shop. It was a smoothie bar inside LA Fitness over in McCormick Ranch, Scottsdale.
Okay, nice.
And he walked in, and he was basically like, hey, man, I've been to every one of these smoothie bars in the state of Arizona. And he's like, you are the only one where you have smoothies that taste good and you're in shape. He's like, I want you to open up and run the Fit Strong cafes inside the Crunch Fitness gyms I'm opening. So then he proceeded to open the gyms. He put me in. I designed the blueprints, built them out, opened the gyms, helped him with everything, ran the nutrition shop, ran the supplement line to an extent, little parts of it here and there. And then, so one of my ways to generate more revenue for the company is I would sit there and people would come in and I would say, well, in exchange for you purchasing $100 in supplements, I'll write you a diet plan. So they would buy the supplements and I'd write the diet plan. And after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these diet plans over the course of a few months, people came up to me and they started saying, well, hey, in the gym and stuff, hey, like, can I just pay you for the diet plan? And that kind of rolled into coaching.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So people were asking for it before you actually were offering it. So sounds
Yeah,
like, yeah, 'cause-
basically people had to
yeah.
beg me to coach them because I was just like so dedicated to the nutrition shop because my loyalty to them was just incredible.
Nice.
But yeah, I was like, all right, you know what? You give me $100 and I'll do this for you. We'll check in twice a week and then we'll go from there.
Nice, man. I love to hear it, brother. And you made it so far and you continue to move. So it's really something I enjoy to see. Sweet, man. So next question I have for you here. You've coached athletes to the IFBB and OCB pro level. What's the biggest mistake you see competitors making when they think that they're ready to compete?
I would say that the biggest mistake is thinking that they have enough time to get ready for a show. And in fact, I make this mistake still as a coach, is when you look at a competitor or you look at somebody who's never competed before, and you're like, okay, we're going to go into this show. It's in 16 weeks. We're going to start prep, at this point. And then you get to prep in and you're like, well, we're 4 weeks in. They've only lost 3 pounds and they're really not leaning out how we want them to. So essentially, like if you're working with a competitor, they either need to know how fast they lean out, they need to have experience previously with leaning out, they need to have their protocols written down, or you as a coach need to have at least 6 months of experience with them going into that. So if they're going to compete in a show, you want anywhere from 20 to 24 weeks to get them ready, unless they're a seasoned competitor or they're already in incredible shape.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. So time is a big one, huh? People think that it's gonna be easier than it is, and
Everybody thinks it's
yeah,
easier.
everybody thinks it's easy until
Yeah.
they get there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And no, I mean honestly, I it's crazy because there was a time when I was like working with you, and your coaching is amazing, man. I appreciate you. You really started me off, and I'm still gonna keep going thanks to you, and I learned a lot and my coach now. Um, but yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing, man. So the next question I have for you will be, so most people think bodybuilding is all physical, right? So from your experience, what is the percentage of competing that is actually mental?
I would say I would say the muscularity and the shape of the competitor is typically like 90% physical, 10% mental, right? Because like you go to the gym, you see all these dudes that always train. I mean, they look good, right? They're going to put on muscle. It's really not hard to grow muscle. But when it comes to getting in really good shape and conditioning and being strict, it's almost 100% mental, right? It's finding the chip on your shoulder or the reason to compete, finding your why. So when you get ready for a show, you have to do enormous amounts of cardio and incredibly strict dieting, and then you have to take supplements that are not going to make you feel too awesome, right? So when it comes down to that, it's like, are you going to be able to get yourself up at 4 in the morning if needed and go into the gym and then get on the piece of cardio equipment and then push yourself as hard as you possibly can, from anywhere from 30 minutes for some of the luckier competitors up to 2 hours, first thing in the morning, fasted after taking a bunch of fat burner supplements, and just crank out as much cardio as you possibly can, as hard as you possibly can, when every muscle in your body hurts. You're sore because you're not recovering, because you're not getting enough nutrients, not enough protein, not enough carbs. And then you have basically no stored glycogen left in your body. So it just burns. It hurts to do that. And it's like, okay, well, anybody can go and bench press and get some big muscles, right? But can you get on there when your body is telling you no, and every muscle in your body is screaming, get off this thing, go sleep, go eat something, you're starving? Like, can you do that?
Wow, man, that hurt me just hearing it, brother.
I've been there a few
Yeah.
times, and the more emotionally invested I am into the prep, the better I do. So typically, if I'm just like prepping just to prep and get on stage, I won't do too well. But like, the best show I ever did was after I had a breakup. I was previously engaged and we split apart, and I was heartbroken and miserable and all that. And every time I got on that bike for the cardio, I would sit there and I'd spin as fast as I can, as hard as I could, for 90 minutes every morning for like 6 weeks, for the last 6 weeks of prep. Ended up winning both overalls and coming in just peeled to the bone.
You use that energy, of that heartbreak and really used it for a good purpose.
Good,
Sounds like
good
it.
purpose. Yeah.
Yeah,
I gave it a good outlet, I would say.
There you go. Yeah, man. I love that,
Yeah.
man. Cool, man. So just moving on here with you, brother. I appreciate you. So what's something you don't see on Instagram about prep that people need to hear before they ever sign up for a show, man?
It's going to be expensive. I think people don't realize that. So depending on the quality or the caliber of coach you hire, you could be paying anywhere from, you could just hire a buddy, somebody that you're just homies with, that can help you out. And, I might touch on this later, but one of the things that drives me nuts is totally off topic real quick. But one of the things that drives me nuts is when you see these, bodybuilders and coaches, and they talk about like, if you've only done one show, you shouldn't be coaching. How are you gonna start coaching, right? Like I got started coaching because some kid came up to me and he's like, I want to do a show, and I had only done one show. I put him on stage and he won. And then somebody else came up to me and they wanted to do a show. We had 3 weeks to get him ready. He took second place, and then I started coaching from there. So when you hear people on Instagram say, well, if you've only done one show, you've only competed once, you shouldn't be a bodybuilding coach. Fuck are you going to start learning to coach if you don't start coaching people, right? Like there's a couple courses out there, but it's like, go find somebody who wants to prep, work with them. I mean, you want to charge them $50 a month, $100 a month. That's what I used to do, but like, just go get some experience doing it. Obviously, don't just load them full of drugs. You should probably have somebody to refer to or enough experience that you're not going to like kill them. But, but anyways, it's going to be very expensive, right? So if you want to hire a coach of my caliber for like a 6-month prep, it's going to cost you anywhere, don't quote me on this, but it's going to cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 over that 6-month period, right? So right there, you're looking at a couple $1,000, but you're hiring, you're going to get what you pay for most of the time. And then if you want to pay for like the supplements, right, that's going to be probably anywhere from minimum a couple $100 up to a couple $1,000, depending on the caliber of your level of competition. And then I would say you also have to typically get blood work done, because a lot of coaches are going to want that. If you don't have insurance, it's going to be a couple $100. You're going to have to pay for the show registration fees. That's going to be anywhere from just $95 up to a couple $100. If you want to do multiple classes, you have to pay for your NPC or OCB card. It's going to be anywhere from like $120 to $150, and then you have to pay for your tan. That's $100 to $200. Your trunks or your suit. If you're a male, it's going to be like anywhere from $50 to $150. If you're a female, it could be upwards of $1,000, $1,500 buying a brand new customized, figure suit or something like that. And then, of course, if you're traveling, there are the travel fees. You have to pay for all the food. You have to pay for. It's extremely expensive. A show's about anywhere from a minimum of like $2,000 if you're starting like 12 weeks out and you find a coach that'll take you that's affordable, up to $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, 10 to 15 grand for like a national level show. So it's pricey.
Yeah, I know. Wow. So you guys heard Coach here, Coach Noble. If you're wanting to compete, you better have some money saved up.
Get a credit card. Right?
Yeah. If you really want to do it, definitely pull out that credit card if you need to, because there's no other way to get it done. But okay, man. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think it's easy to get in there. Man, it's crazy. People are out there putting their bodies through a lot. They're actually going to compete. So not just their body, but their wallet too. So
physically, mentally, financially.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I love it. I'm actually just gonna do a quick check on this phone because I don't have a camera guy right now. Last thing I want is to go any of that for it to go to waste. So I think it's solid.
Okay.
Looking nice, looking handsome.
Beautiful.
I'll probably just take that out of the video.
No, you're good, man. No worries.
Cool, man. So awesome, guys. Make sure you got some money if you want to compete.
As with any sport, you need money to compete in the sport. Yeah.
There you go. Just like anything, right? Cool, man. So another question for you, man. You're a professional at this. So as a pro coach, how do you know when someone is chasing bodybuilding for the right reasons versus running from something?
I think that there are plenty of reasons to do bodybuilding, but the guys that make it the furthest in the sport truly love the sport for what it is. Like for me, I never got as far as I wanted to with competing because, like I said, if I didn't have that motivation, I just couldn't do it. Whereas somebody like my competitor, Ray Franco, he doesn't need motivation to be great at what he does. The guys that I've taken pro, they didn't have a chip on their shoulder. They didn't have a reason to get on stage. They just did it for the love of the game. So it's like when you have to love the off season, you have to love eating, you have to love prepping, you have to love cardio, you have to love it. Like if you don't love bodybuilding in essence, right? I mean, a lot of people love getting on the stage. I love getting on the stage. That's why I did it most of the time. Because I got up there, I flashed, cheesing and everything, quad stomp and stuff.
Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like if you don't love the process, you don't love the journey, then you're not, this destination isn't really going to matter. You have to love every minute of what you do. I mean, even if you hate it, you still got to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, man, can't be said better than that, man. Just like anything, like if you want to be successful at it, you have to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, like I don't think we always are going to enjoy the process, right? But yeah, man, you know, bodybuilding, if you're passionate about it, I think you'll make it far with the right coaches, right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
awesome, brother. So something a little different here, with this question. Have you ever had to tell an athlete you're not ready yet? And how do these conversations usually go, man?
Often, often, right? So I work with a lot of first-time competitors, a lot of first-time competitors. In fact, like I am one of the most entry-level coaches there are. Yeah, I've got 5 pro cards. Yeah, I've got 30 overall wins. Yeah, I've got probably 100 to 150 class wins too. But I work very well with first-time competitors because I leave the ego at the door. If somebody wants to come to me and they want to get on stage, I'm not like, high and mighty. I don't gatekeep bodybuilding. In fact, a lot of the competitors that I started with were just lifestyle clients that wanted to lose some weight, like a Gonzalo Mercado is one of them, right? Gonzo. He's just a fat dude. He just want to lose some weight, man. I just got him to lose weight, and I was like, compete, bro. Let's do it,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, I mean, Jesus and Oscar, they didn't originally want to compete and they lost weight and then they locked in. We did a full year prep and then they got on stage. So, I mean, when you're working with a first-time competitor, there's 2 different categories of first-time competitors. Somebody who comes to you and says, I want to win no matter what. I want to get up there. I want to look incredible. I want to do this. I want to kill it. Like they want to win, right?
Yeah.
Those are the competitors that you have to give plenty of time to get on stage. You really got to base it around like their preparedness, their ability to change, adapt to the prep and everything. And then there are the competitors who just, the people who just want to get on stage. They want to lose weight. They want to look good. They want to get on stage. They want to have a good time. They don't care how they place. And for those guys, it's like you push them, you go to relatively, far lengths with them to get them up there. But at the end of the day, if they're not peeled to the bone, if they're not disgusting looking on stage, they don't care. They want to go. They want to be like, hey, look at me, family. I got a 6-pack. Take pictures with their friends, They want to put stuff on Instagram and Facebook, their transformation. Like, there's 2 types of competitors. These are amateur shows, right? Now, obviously, you don't want to put somebody up there that just looks embarrassing, but you kind of gauge it out based on how they feel, right? Because as a pro-level coach, I know what it takes to put these guys on national level stages and win. So I can look at somebody and say, they look good, they're ready, let's get them up there, versus like, okay, this dude's not going to win the show. He's not going to go in there, he's not going to crush it, he's not taking first place. But how are you looking? How are you feeling? He's like, good, man, I'm just ready to get on stage. I just want to get up there. I want to have a good time. I'm so excited to compete. And there's no reason to take that individual and murder them for an additional 3 months so they have striated glutes. They just want to get on stage. They want to enjoy the process. And then if they get up there and then they love what they're doing, then you say, all right, man, did you like competing? Do you like bodybuilding? Is this something you want to pursue? Awesome. Let's do another show in 2 months. Let's find another show next year. Let's have an off season. And then that's when they start to develop what it takes to compete, and then you push them. But if you have a competitor who comes to you and they're like, I want to get on stage, I want to win, I want to do this, I want to look crazy, and then I don't want to embarrass myself, is what I hear. Sometimes you have to say around, the 6-week out mark, 8-week out mark, hey man, like we need to push this show back. And typically if it's a first time competitor, you try to pick one a little earlier in the year, something like April, May, or June. And then you say, okay, we're going to aim for this show. And if we don't look ready in time, like if we're not prepared, we can always push it back to the next show. Or we say, we can do this show, we can see how you look, get on stage and compete. And then it's only an additional month of fees to work with me, and then another $300 to do another show. So it's like you go do one, you do relatively well, and then you come back, you prep again, you do another one, you prep again, you do another one. So you have a competitive season. So, but yeah, sometimes I've had to have that conversation, and it's a difficult conversation to have.
Yeah.
Because they trust you to get them ready, but then they also trust you to make sure that they don't embarrass themselves on stage. And many times I've had to tell people like, hey, if you want to get up there and you want to have a good time, let's lock in, let's do it. Like if this is the show, if this is what you want to do, let's go ahead and let's just finish the prep, get you up there. But if you want to go in and you want to be competitive, if you want a chance at winning this thing, then we need to push this back a couple weeks up to, I've had to restart entire preps a few times. But I mean, when you've worked with, like 1,300, 1,400 people and like 200 or 300 competitors, it's like, that's just how it goes sometimes. You don't know how somebody's going to respond when it's your first month, 2 months, 3 months working with them, which again is why I recommend 20 to 24 weeks on prep so your coach knows how long it's going to take you and what your rate of change is.
Sweet. Yeah, man. I love that you shared that, and I appreciate it. It's gonna be something that will definitely probably help someone out there who's been on the fence about it.
There's no shame in pushing your show back. I think I pushed my last show back like 3 years.
Nice.
I just kept pushing it back until I felt ready, and I locked in. I got on stage. I did good. I competed in 6 divisions, 2 shows same day, and a bunch of first and second places. I did great. I had a
Yeah,
good time, man.
absolutely. Yeah, man. You're the pro, man. You know exactly when people need to hold off and they need to wait some time before they get on stage. So if you guys want to do bodybuilding, Coach Noble, I know he'll get you right. So couldn't be said better than that, man. I appreciate you sharing. Cool, man. So, what separates an average competitor from someone who actually earns a pro card, man?
Genetics, and that's the unfortunate part about it, right? Because there is a level of work ethic that it takes to reach the pro level, and I've had, like I said, 5 athletes, which I mean, I know there's, coaches out there that have had, I don't know if there's hundreds of pro cards earned by a single coach, but I definitely know like coaches like Cuts or like Justin Hormel, I think his last name is Hormel, Justin 413 Fitness, and there's even a guy out here who owns Pro Physiques who has like dozens of pro cards, right? So, yeah, I think that there's definitely levels to it, right? And I have a couple competitors that obviously had wanted to go pro, and it's like we keep going and going and going and going, and it's like they're starting to realize it, like just kind of like I realized. It's not going to happen for me, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I push. Like, you have to have the genetics behind it. You have to have the work ethic, you have the genetics, and then, of course, to become a professional bodybuilder, you also have to respond to the drugs. You have to have the right genetics to be able to withstand the drugs, and then the genetics to be able to respond to the drugs. Which, unfortunately, for the NPC and the IFBB, that's just part of it, right? Like, you're not 1 in a million people might get there being natural. Like 1 in a million people might get there being natural. But when you take anabolics, you have to be able to handle them, right? Like if you are somebody who needs tren in order to complete the look on stage, and you can't handle the mental side effects of that, or you can't handle the physical side effects of it, or the insomnia is too much, or you get too angry, right? Like my problem is like when I take tren or halo testing, it makes me a very angry, miserable person. And it caused massive problems in my relationship for my last prep. And therefore, I'm no longer planning on competing because that's not who I want to be as a person. And then, of course, there's more, like genetic limits to it. Like my biggest limitation, and probably the reason I never went pro, is because my joints can't handle the stress and the load from the amount of weight and the amount of training that I have to do. My knees gave out almost a decade ago. I have terrible tendonitis. I've repaired it and everything, but like, I just can't get on a hack squat, put 12 plates on it and do that anymore. I can't go and do 15 plate leg press. I can't bench 400 pounds without shoulders exploding. So, I mean, there's levels to it. And I think that a good percentage of people could probably go pro. But I mean, it's the mental, the physical, the financial, the drug tolerance, the health risks. It's like any sport. You have to be dedicated to it, and you have to have the genetic ability, like the genetic limits to take it to the next level.
Okay, cool. So one of the big things that separates them is genetics then.
It's genetics, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
That makes sense, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah. Some people are blessed with those genetics, man. They get out there, they freaking blow up, right? It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool, man. So kind of going on to the next question here. A lot of people reach out to you, I'm sure. You probably get all kinds of questions. I mean, you've been out. How long have you been doing this for?
Oh, my first client was in, it's like 10 years, I think.
Like a decade
It's
now?
like a decade, yeah.
Okay, cool. So if someone came to you today and said, I want to compete in 12 months, what are the non-negotiables that they must lock in first?
Go get your blood work. That's the first thing I say. Usually just go get your blood work, right? I mean, if you want to compete in 12 months, anybody comes to me and says they want to compete 12 months, it's like, let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. That is so much time for me to get you ready. Beautiful. We're going to pull up your show. We're going to pick out the date and everything. We're going to start planning. That gives me so much time to fix your physique, to fill in the holes, to fill in the gaps, to create the competitor that's going to do really, really well on stage. I'm going to learn your physique, learn your body, I'm going to learn everything about you. It's like, you give me 12 months. It's like, right? Non-negotiables are, you're going to have to follow your diet plan. You're going to have to train hard. You're going to have to track your lifts. You're going to have to take your supplements. You're going to have to financially prepare for it. Like the non-negotiables are like, you have to start training like a bodybuilder because the winning physiques are built in the off season. So if you can't stick to your diet now, it's 12 months out, and you're like a weekend, hey bro, can I do cheat meals? Like what's the policy on like cheat days? First of all, don't ever fucking ask me for a cheat day, okay? Cheat days don't exist. You want a cheat meal? You want an untracked meal, relaxed meal? We can do that. But a cheat day, go find another coach. We don't have cheat days. After a show, you go win a show, you can have a cheat day. Sure. Go on vacation, you can have a cheat day. I don't care. But if we're prepping and you're at home and there's no reason for you to go and be a fat ass for, 18 hours, no, you don't have to do that. You're not going to do that. No. So I get a little cheat day, cheat meal. So.
No, man, you take it serious. I love it.
I mean, you're paying me for results. If you're going to be a fat fuck, then you're not going to get results. I don't look good, right? My marketing comes from you getting results. You're paying me. I need before and after pictures of you looking incredible. You're going to follow the diet plan. You're going to get results. Like, you're not just paying me for the diet, the training, the supplements, the guidance. You are paying me for the results. So the harder I am on you, the more strict I can keep you, the better results you're going to get, the happier you're going to be, the more referrals you're going to send, the better marketing you're going to do for me.
Absolutely.
Like a big part of coaching is not just the protocols. That's like 20% of it, right? You can go on ChatGPT and you can just punch your shit in and it'll give you an awesome program, right? Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't use ChatGPT for my own programming. I don't use ChatGPT to help me with my programming and help me with diet plans. It's an incredible tool, okay? But if ChatGPT was so good at what it does, why do coaches still exist? Why do I still have a job? Because the other 80% of it is the accountability of having somebody on the other end saying, hey man, quit fucking off on your diet. You need to focus on what you're doing. You need to stick to your plan. You need to inform me. I need to make adjustments. It's having that accountability of a coach and having somebody to talk to and rely on when it gets hard. Having a human being on the other side who's a professional that knows what they're doing, that you can rely on when things get tough or when you need another set of eyes. That's what it comes down to. Like even myself, I'm going through a couple business coaches I'm trying to hire right now. We're trying to scale up, right? I know what to do. I know how to run my ads. I know how to market my business. I know how to post on it. I know how to do this, right? I could take my business, I could double the revenue this year, and I could do it no problem. But the question is, if I could do this with ChatGPT and you could go and compete with ChatGPT and you could lose weight, why haven't you done it? Why haven't I done it? It's because there's no accountability. I need somebody on the other end, just like my clients need me on the other end, to hold them accountable. That's 80% of coaching.
You guys heard him. 12 months. If you want to compete in 12 months, this is your guy right here, man.
12 months. Oh, God. If everybody came to me and said 12 months for a show, I'd be like, oh, thank God. Usually it's like, hey, man, there's a show in like 5 weeks. Belly hanging over. Like, oh, I've never competed. I don't have a diet. I've never worked with a coach. I'm like, I go to the gym in my apartment like once a month. Bro.
Oh, Lord. God bless them, brother. I'm sure that does happen, right?
That's when we crank the fees up a little bit. That's going to be a lot more work for me, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man. Oh, thanks. Thanks for sharing, man. That's good. And, I truly want people to see this and maybe if they've been on the fence to reach out to you or to reach out to a coach, But coach, you're actually Noble's actually not just in Arizona, right? You coach anybody, right?
I have coached competitors all over the world, everywhere from I had a guy in Ethiopia, I had a guy in South Africa, I got a client in South Africa right now, I got clients in Africa, I got clients in Mexico, Canada, United States, got clients in Europe, got clients in I don't think any from like Russia, Asia, China yet, but I've had clients in India, so yeah, like international coach because I mean, you just message him, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Ethiopia, that was rough. I had to get up at like 2 in the morning for his show. That was a rough one. Not gonna lie.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah.
Hey, man. See, no matter where you're at, Noble's there for you, man. Cool. So, and moving on here to next question. Want to get some more of your thoughts and some of the precious value that's in your brain.
There's something in there.
So, man, let me ask you. So, what has coaching taught you about discipline, not just about bodybuilding, but in life?
I would say that when it comes to discipline, it's very like I just said, it's very difficult to do it on your own, right? And a lot of the guys that I work with, like 90% of the people I work with, I know that they can do this on their own, right? They could probably just cut me as a coach and they could continue to do their programs. But if they don't have somebody on the other end to tell them what to do or to help keep them accountable, then they typically fall off track. And then, I mean, I have an automated reminder that goes out every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. to tell my clients to check in. I still have to message half of my clients on Saturday night, fucking check in, bro. Like, come on, check in, dude. And then they won't check in the next day and they'll miss it. So yeah, I still have to continue to do that. But when it comes to discipline, it's like most of the time it's not even really discipline, right? It's just like it's motivation and discipline. It's the two.
Yeah.
It's two of the things we got here. So that's a terrible clip. God, cut that. But anyways, you've got motivation and you got discipline, right? Because you always want to be motivated, but sometimes when you're not motivated, you just have to be disciplined.
Absolutely. No, man.
Yeah.
You said that great, man, because discipline is definitely, we need discipline to move, right? But you also need to be motivated, right? So, I mean, it couldn't be said better than that, man. And a lot of people out there are, if you're lacking on motivation and just have discipline, sometimes it only lasts so long. So someone like you is inspiring and motivating. So I appreciate you sharing that, man. So yeah, man. So just a couple more questions here. Coach, I appreciate you, man. It's a pleasure having you here. And like I said earlier, guys, Coach Noble, if you're looking to start bodybuilding, make sure you reach out to Coach Noble here. We're gonna go through two more questions, and we're gonna end it here today. And we'll make sure to share your information to them. And I'm gonna cut this out because I'm just talking shit at this point.
You're good.
This is the beauty about me doing it how I want. I'll cut things out when I want.
Trust me, I make my own reels and I'm like, God damn it. This is like a 30-minute video turns into a 90-second reel, bro.
Exactly,
All the
man.
time, man.
And let me just, man, I think I have enough storage on this shit. 13 minutes. We're good, man.
Okay. Let's knock these
How you
out.
feeling?
Good, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, last question was a little shaky, I feel like, but the rest were pretty solid.
Yeah.
I just like, yeah.
Yeah. And then if anything, I mean, like I said, there's 10 questions, man. I don't have to, we'll just want to include that one if that's how you feel about it, man, because.
Oh, no worries.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you get. It's your podcast, man.
Appreciate
Make
you,
that, you start charging $200.
Appreciate you, man. Okay, cool. So, this one here is going to be asking you a little more about coaching, and I think actually there's one more question left. Whoops.
One more question. Okay.
This is the last one right here, man. Cool. So, all right. What do you normally go by? Like, what do you like when two people call you? Derek or
Coach?
Coach?
Usually, yeah. Or
Cool,
Noble,
man.
Yeah.
I already got it then.
Yeah.
I got it down.
Most people call me Coach. I mean, I think Lexi calls me Derek, and like my immediate family calls me Derek, and like my close friends call me Derek.
That makes sense.
But like, I don't care.
Cool, man. I was just wondering. All right, then, Coach. Last question for you. So, for someone watching this who's on the fence about competing, man, what would you tell them to ask themselves before committing?
I think I would tell them to just take the plunge. Honestly, I think I would just do it. I have never worked with somebody who has competed who has regretted it. I've never had somebody get on stage that was like, I shouldn't have done that. It's like when I tell people I'm doing like sales calls and stuff, and it's like I tell them, I'm like, I have never signed somebody up who has worked with me at the end of it said, damn, I shouldn't have spent that money. I shouldn't have committed for 3, 6, 12 months. I shouldn't have done that. I regret losing weight. I regret building muscle. Because at the end of it, like, competing isn't necessarily just going to get you on stage and get you a little plastic trophy. It's going to teach you new levels to discipline that you probably did not know that you had in you. It's going to teach you how to be, disciplined when there is no motivation. It's going to teach you how to be consistent. It's going to make you 99% of the time, it's going to make you healthier. It's going to make you happier. And you're going to love how you look at the very end of it. I think that competing is an excellent way. Like when I compete, when I actually get into prep, my days go from wake up, do whatever throughout the day, post on Instagram, message clients, whatever, to 4 a.m, I'm out of bed, 5 a.m, I'm doing cardio, 6 a.m, I'm back home, 7 a.m, I'm making breakfast, 8 a.m, I'm, getting ready for my workout, 9 a.m, I'm training, 10 a.m, boom, 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 boom. It is consistent. Like if your life is a mess and you want to be locked in, dialed in, consistent with everything, I think competing is absolutely life-changing. All of the men that I work with that compete go from being kind of maybe they're good at business or they're good with their family, but Jesus has made an incredible transformation. He was a great dude before, but he is just an awesome, inspirational man today. I mean, I look up to him. Ray is an incredible dude, and him competing, I feel just transformed him into this figurehead in the local community. Gonzalo is another person that's done it. I've got a client, Jay Medina, that, he was working with me, and he pretty sure he got married, and then his wife, they just got pregnant and had a kid. I don't know if he got married. I can't remember that. But they definitely, he got his wife pregnant and they had a kid. And there's, a ton of clients that I work with that just as soon as they start competing, it's everything else in their life just kind of falls into place because they learn how to have discipline. And when you are doing an hour, 2 hours of cardio a day, and you are literally starving yourself half to death, and you are miserable, but you get up and you do it anyways. It's not that hard to go to work. It's not that hard to go and, mow the lawn. It's not that hard to go do stuff. You've developed the discipline when there is no motivation.
That's great, man. Honestly, guys, you guys heard him. If you're on the fence about competing, it's going to be life-changing. It's not just going to be life-changing for you, but the ones around you, because your energy is going to change, your life is going to improve, your financials might improve, your family, your relationships. So bodybuilding and competing can be life-changing for you. And thanks to Noble here, we're able to learn a bit about it today. So you guys, if you want to know more, I would highly recommend to reach out to Noble. And then, Coach, let them know where they can find you, man. Let them know a little bit about your socials and how they can reach out.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. I've got @Noble Bodybuilding and then @Built by Noble. The second one I've changed 4 times over the last year. Don't ask why, but always @Noble Bodybuilding. It's my main Instagram. Find me on Facebook as Derek Noble. There's Noble Nutrition. You can find me at my website, noble-nutrition.com. Or I'm pretty sure if you just ask somebody who lives in Arizona, if they know who I am, they probably have my phone number because I think I've worked with half of Phoenix at this point. 1,500 clients, man.
Yeah,
a lot of people out here.
No, yeah, man. Honestly, a lot of people that I know who you are, man. So,
do you know who I am?
Do I?
Do you know who
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Thanks a lot, brother. It was a pleasure having you here today. Honestly, man. I can't thank you enough, brother.
It was great.
So we'll end it there, man.
Hey, if you're not subscribed to this YouTube, Instagram, podcast, if you're not subscribed, if you're not following, if you haven't liked this or commented, do it now. Watch these. My boy Adrian here, absolutely killing it. Incredible interview. Questions were fantastic. The setup is amazing. He got my company colors in the background here, right? He made sure to put on the same, but people asked for, the dude's wearing the company shirt for the podcast, man. This is one of the most incredible interviews I've ever done. And if you are watching this and considering doing one of these podcasts, I would very highly recommend that you make the time for this because it's going to be an incredible promotion for my business, an incredible promotion for his podcast. And thanks for having me on. And I absolutely wish you the best with this going forward. And then you can start charging people $10,000 to be on it.
Hey, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
All right.
Sweet. Appreciate you, man.
Beautiful, dude. What do you think? Yeah, killed it.